As you know, I help aspiring entrepreneurs and chiropractors maximize their time by giving them the blueprint to successfully open your own business or practice without making costly mistakes. I'm here chiming in on this beautiful Saturday to talk about some opportunities that have been placed before us as minority businesses, particularly minority women-owned businesses. As you can see on the crawler down at the bottom, I need for you to direct message me if you want to have a little bit more information about a training that will be available in a couple of weeks on April the 21st at 7 o'clock. So I wanted to make sure that my audience knew about this so that we can make sure that we're getting and targeting the right mindset for these particular opportunities that are out there. So, the first thing that I got to make certain that is that we have people that have current businesses or aspiring to have a business that where they are able to put some skin in the game. We want to make sure that you're interested in investing into your own self. As my good friend Dr. Hodges says, you got to back yourself. You got to bet on yourself. So we want to make sure that we are getting those mindset of those type of individuals that are going to be a part of this program. So let's talk about this a little bit more in depth. We're targeting economically disadvantaged women in Macon Bibb. Now, we're not, Atlanta has Atlanta, Chattanooga has Chattanooga, but this is to help target women here in Macon Bibb. All right. Um, we're going to discuss other opportunities as it relates to getting certain certifications that you need to do business with the government. And I will tell you right now, in the midst of COVID-19, this is the time to seize that opportunity. All right. So this is not a time to be, you know, shucking and jiving as it relates to whether or not you want to do something. This is a time, it is prime for us right now. So again, I need for you, if you're serious about doing government contracts, and you have a current business or you're aspiring to have a business that does government contracts, I need for you to direct message me for this opportunity. I always say that God is in the blessing business and he is very intentional. I was lucky and blessed to be a part of a conversation with some folks, and they are ready to help um, those aspiring businesses, especially they're targeting minority women-owned businesses, to do just that. I want to say hello. Hey, Hey, Lavita, how you doing? Her question that she's asking is Houston County too. Right now, we're targeting Macon Bibb. If you want to have some interest in Macon Bibb, remember I prefaced it saying current businesses or aspiring businesses. If you want to have your base for your business in Macon Bibb as a minority woman, then yes, this is for you. Hey, Miss Pat, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining us today. So the other thing that I want to talk about is that's very, very, hey, how you doing, hi, Jessica, is what I want to segue into on this live is, okay, we got these government contracts that are going to be available for making big minority women owned businesses. Direct message me, but we got to talk about what we need to do for those that are currently in business right now. All right, so we know that we have some money on the table right now. We have some money on the table that a lot of people wouldn't have opportunity to get at this moment. All right. Hey, how you doing? Yes, Lanita direct message me, and I'll make sure that you're on the Zoom call with us, okay? So, here's the thing. I have been talking to some of you individually about the money that's on the table right now. And it's a lot of money that's on the table. And I think I'm going to take advantage of it myself. I've already put my applications in, but I'm going to tell you, like my grandmama would say, it's better for you to apply and they tell you no than not to apply at all. All right, so let's talk about some of the acronyms that you have been hearing lately, whether it has been coming from your social media feed or whether or not it's been coming from the television. And I know one of the things you've heard is all these things that the SBA have on the table right now. So we've heard acronyms like EIDL. We've heard acronyms like CARES. We've heard other things like payroll protection programs. We've heard things like emergency or express bridge loans and ABCDEFG. So let's talk about the one that you it's two really that you need to be doing immediately, and we'll talk about some of the other ones. So the first one is the EIDL. That's the one that's done through the Small Business Administration. A lot of them are already through SBA.gov. That's where you want to go. If somebody would just put that in the chat, SBA.gov, that way everybody will have that. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Hey, Lisa, thanks for joining. Okay, so the EIDL one, you are able to do it online. It is very quick, one-page application where you're going to give them some information as it relates to your business. And it's going to have a checkpoint where you are to opt in for the $10,000 right then. All right. And then they'll determine what the value of your loan will be based off some extra information that they're going to give to you. Hey, Eric, how you doing? Thanks for joining us today. So you need to go to that site now. I'm not a procrastinator when it comes to somebody giving me some money that can be forgiven, and especially if the remaining of the loan is not used within the time frame that they said. The loan is at a 0.5%, guys, interest rate, where you don't have to have any collateral, nor are they going to check your credit. Let's seize this opportunity, folks. Okay, this is money that you probably wouldn't qualify for if it had not been for the current times that we are in right now. So I need you to act fast. Okay. All right. So that's your EIDL. Okay. If somebody else want to put that in the chat so that everybody have that. So you want to do that one. The other one is the paycheck protection program. Now, I bank with SunTrust. SunTrust has their own process where you have to go in and they're going to give you the application once you do their pre-application process. I am advising everyone to go to their bank and figure out what the process with the bank that your business account is with right now. Hey Tara, how you doing? You need to do that because guess what? With your own bank, they are already going to have some of the information that will be asked for. They'll know what your account information, they'll know what's coming in and out as it relates to your payroll because that's one of the biggest pieces of information that you will have to provide. So if you do it through your own bank that you have, it will definitely lessen the paperwork process. But here in Macon Bibb County, our SBA preferred lender is American Pride Bank. And I see you, Lavita. We're gonna go back and I'll go back and pick it back and talk about the EIDL so you can know exactly how to navigate that. All right. So you want to I just was saying that the SBA preferred lender here in Macon Bibb is American Pride Bank, right off of what's that, near Presidential, that's Eisenhower, is that log cabin, right across from Sam's. That's where that bank is. And I'm telling people that if you don't have your application, and I'm just going to show you, this is exactly what it looks like. If you have to do it in a paper form, it's your paycheck. It's a paycheck protection form. It is. It's literally two sheets of paper that you have to fill out. Again, if you go through your bank, they're going to have an electronic one for you to do. But if you're going to go through the SBA preferred lender, you fill this baby out, and you go sit in the line. You go sit in the drive-through line, and you shoot this paper up to them so that they can have it. All right. You give that to them, and you ask them to give you some type of receipt saying that they received your application. That way you'll have that peace of mind that everything was done. Ladies, ladies, we gotta do this. This is that program where it's definitely on the cusp of the money being forgiven. This is the one where they're going to look at your, and I'm quite sure you can see this area here. This is the one where they're going to look at your payroll. They're going to look at what you're paying for rent, lease, mortgage if you own your own building. They're going to look at what you pay for utilities, and then they're going to multiply that by 2.5, and that is going to be the face value of your loan. This is the one that's prime for 100% of it to be forgiven for you. But guess what? Even if it's not, you have been given an opportunity to get some resources for your business that you have to use within 8 weeks. So you get 2 months to use this money for your payroll, for your lease, mortgage, rent, and for utilities for your business. All right. You also have to understand that if it does say a loan, it's at 0.5%. That's pennies on the loan. It's almost a 0% loan that you have. Someone just said, "What do hairstylists and barbers need to do? We still have bills." You definitely need to be doing the EIDL and this one right now, because the EIDL is the one that's the emergency one. You need to get on the SBA.gov, and you need to click on the EIDL so that you can opt in for those $10,000 that they're going to do, and then the rest of it would be part of a loan. So the SBA is going to forgive the first $10,000 of what you're asking for, and then the remainder would be at that low percentage rate for your loan. This is not the time to be fearful. For those of you that have read my book, I call fear that false energy that's affecting reality, or that false energy that is appearing as real. This is not the time to be scared. This is the time to act and to execute. Get this money. It is on the table. In previous stimulus packages that they've had in the past, it was reserved for the one percenters in the business world. This is an opportunity for small businesses just like us to be able to get some of the money. We need to make sure that we're taking our time to make our stake in this claim. All right. So thank you so much for those of you that put those links in the feed for everyone so that they can have it. All right. So this live is very, very loaded. It's talking about the opportunity that this has presented for those of us to have government contracts after this, because if you don't believe it, the defense protection is going to go into effect because there are certain things that are needed at this time. But we'll talk about that a little bit more for those of you that are interested in the Macon Bibb County area to do those government contracts. So I need you to direct message me for that. But let's go back to this money that all of us can get access to right now. All right, we have to make sure we do it. On yesterday was what it was, what I call the D-Day. It's because that's when this came out for us to go to our own lending institution or a SBA preferred lender. I've already given you that one for making. If someone would be so kind and put American Pride Bank into the feed for Macon Bibb, this is our SBA preferred lender. So what does that mean for you? That means you need to be filling out the application and you need to be handing it over to them. And this is the time to do it. We don't want to wait until later. We want to make sure our name is in the hat when it's time to start divvying out the checks. All right. So if someone do that for me, that'd be great. Now there are some other programs that are out there. Thank you, Lavita. There are some other programs out there with the SBA. Let's say you're someone that already has a loan with the SBA to start, that started a business using the SBA loan. They do have a debt relief program where the SBA will pay back your loan until September. So you definitely want to apply for that if that is something that you've done. If you qualify for that, put your name in your application in for that. The other one is an express bridge loan. It is an emergency loan that the SBA is able to give you, where it's less paperwork. That's that you need to fill out, and you're gonna get at least $25,000 for that. Whose business doesn't need $25,000 right now in the condition that we're in right now? Again, Christy brought up a great point about our hairstylists and our barbers, and they still having bills that they having to pay. This may be a recourse for you while you're waiting for some of this other money to come in, is to go through this express bridge loan through the SBA, because our end game is the same. After all of this, we want to still have our health, of course, up front. We want to have good health, number one. But number two, we want to have a viable business, a business that we had put blood, sweat, tears, talents, time, and tent in. We want to make sure it's still viable for us after this is over. So you need to go and do that. All right. So we got a lot of information today. You know that you can still reach out to me. You're able to find me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Dr. Nissa DC. That's DRNISSADC. If you want to talk to me directly, you can direct message me for more information as it relates to any of the programs that we talked about. But the one that I'm majorly excited about are the government contracts that are available for women in Macon Bibb County. Again, there will be a training on April 21st from 7 to 8 o'clock. Of course, we're going to do it virtually through Zoom. But I gotta have your information in order to send you the Zoom information so that you can be a part of the training. So direct message me for that so that you can get that. Even if you want to do business in Macon Bibb County and you are a minority woman, you can go ahead and put your information in there as well. We're looking for current business owners or aspiring business owners that are interested in the program, but they have to be interested in investing back into themselves. All right, so that's an old fancy political way of saying you need to have some skin in the game. Do you have some seed funds to put back into yourself to do this, because getting certification does cost money. All right, so that's that. If does anybody have any more questions of clarity about some of this information, because again, this is money that is on the table for you to get. There is no reason why you should not take advantage of programs that have been put in place, really not for us, but they put the word in to make it seem like it was for us, but it was really to protect those big Fortune 500 companies, those one percenters. But guess what? We're going to be able to take advantage of it, but you gotta apply. It's not just, they're just not going to send it to you in the mail. So I need you to go on the sites. They've placed the information in our feed for you to be able to get. Yeah, Adriana, DM me, and I will make sure you get that information on the Zoom. Okay, so I need you to get this money. Do not let pride get in the way of you getting this money. Do not let fear get in the way of you getting this money. If you even just started a business in January or February of this year, guess what? You get to get some of this money too. You need to do the necessary steps, and it's not hard. It took me 5 minutes to complete the application for the EIDL. It didn't take long. It took me 5 minutes to do the paycheck protection loan application. It doesn't take an enormous amount of time to do this. It just takes a will and a mindset to say, I'm going to do it, so that you can execute properly to move forward. All right. So that's where we are. Hey, hey, how you doing? I see all of these folks that have chimed in. I just want to say thank you so much. If you know of someone that can benefit from this information, please put their name in the comment section. If you're seeing this on a replay, hit replay. And if you want to share this, sharing is caring, share it to other people so that they know what's going on. There has been so much information, and I know information overload can kind of put you in a paralysis by analysis mode, but we can't afford to do that right now. Right now, we have to be about getting these opportunities that have been placed in front of us. We can get this money too. Just got to do it. Are there any other questions that anybody might have, so that if I can answer them, I'd be happy to answer them right now. But I need I need for my folks to DM me so we can get you on this Zoom, so we can get some of this government money. And for my business owners that are right here in my speaking voice, go get the loans and stop worrying about that word loan, because I know that's the mindset. You're like, okay, I got to pay this back, but some of this money is going to be forgiven, if not all of it. So I would hate for you to miss out on getting that opportunity when it's there. Okay, I love you all. I thank you so much for tuning in today. Again, you know who I am. I'm Dr. Nissa. I'm a board certified chiropractor. I'm also a business consultant. I help entrepreneurs just like you be able to get the blueprints for success, so that you don't have to make the costly mistakes. Thank you again for tuning in. DM me so you can get on this Zoom with the expert on 421. Thank you so much.